Samantha not impressed with Meg's big debut. Half-sister calling people to boycott Meghan's podcast. Meghan launched the first episode of her new Spotify podcast, Archetypes, this week. But her half-sister not like this podcast. She calling public to boycott it made Meghan mad as hell. Appearing on GB News Dan Wootton tonight, she said, "It was kind of odd. It sounded more like a seductive commercial of sorts." GB News Dan then asked her, "Were you surprised that she tried to make out like she's some sort of repressed victim?" To this, Samantha replied, "This is my humble opinion. It's rather lofty to suggest the ability to align with issues of womanhood and suffering on those grounds." She did bring up the fact that she went to Immaculate Heart School, and that they were empowered by the nuns. But wait a minute, who paid? That was all my dad. So let's face it, we're not raised in a vacuum. We have to include the men when we're self-glorifying. Dan later probed Samantha on Meghan's claims about ambition and the sexism she says exists in the world. But Samantha accused her half-sister of a deluded level of entitlement and hit out at Meghan for emasculating Prince Harry. Referring to the moment in the podcast where the Duke makes a cameo appearance, Samantha added, "After the wedding was over, it felt as though Harry was in her shadow. Why have him in at all if he's not being included? I felt it was kind of insulting to have him included." Throughout the podcast series, the Duchess will investigate labels that try to hold women back. Joined by tennis legend Serena Williams in episode 1, the two talked openly about moments in Ms. Williams' time as a player where she felt she was treated unfairly. Meghan said, "There are certain things I know you won't want to say about your experience, but I lived through a lot of that with you." She added, "Oh my gosh, you were treated completely unfairly." Royal commentator Angela Levin, who wrote a biography of Harry, also took issue with Meghan's comments, given the fact that she would still be a D-list celebrity if she had not married a prince. She added that Meghan came across as ungrateful and a victim when she's had so many chances others had not. She aligns herself with them, Serena Williams and next podcast guest Mariah Carey, but they have done brilliantly and overcome difficult childhood, whereas she has married a prince and spent a lot of money, Levin said. She thought it was normal to be ambitious, and only when she started dating Harry did she realize that it was not welcomed. My goodness, that is a smack at Harry and a punch to the royal family. Harry told her about life in the royal family, but she obviously did not want to listen. Levin said that the royal family is ambitious, but its ambitions are focused on duty and giving. It is not about getting to the top, she said. Why is everything so hard for Markle? Because she won't accept where she is and make the best of it. She has had a nanny when most could not. She has said we'll see the real her. Well, she needs to justify the ambition claim she is making. Since stepping down as a senior royal and moving back to her home state of California, Meghan has made it clear that there's nothing she loves more than whining and complaining. As a typically woke leftist, Meghan enjoys playing the victim as much as possible, so it comes as no surprise that she's using her podcast to do just that.